I'm going to go ahead and turn this son of a bitch because I don't want to run the risk of you end up having a sideways video the whole damn time here. For those of you listening on the podcast, just disregard. Ah, Jesus Christ. I'm all fucked up here. All right. Folks, how are we doing? This is Rodney James for MMA Latest News coming to you on this fine Tuesday, and we've got two very special guests. First one up is going to be TUF 26 competitor Emily Whitmire is getting on the line with us in just a moment. After that, we're going to talk to Duane Finley from FLOCOMBAT. He's got a book that just came out on October 31st. We're going to talk to him about that. But before we get to our guest, just a couple of news pieces, and really more than news, I'm basically talking aftershock of UFC 217. If you didn't watch my recap of UFC 217 right here on MMA Latest on the Facebook Live, shame on you, first of all. You can still redeem yourself. You can listen to the entire thing. Just go to MMA Latest Roundtable on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts for that matter, and you can find it there. Now, the reason I was going to touch on the three title fights from 217 because there are a lot of false narratives have been put out all week, and this is what happens week after week. There's so much clickbait, so much quote unquote fake news out there, and quite frankly, I'm getting a little sick and tired of it. So if any of my friends or followers of some of these shadier outlets out there, man, just delete their app or just unfollow them. Just do whatever you got to do. Come to me. I know what the hell I'm talking about. My colleagues know what the hell they're talking about, and the people that are affiliated or that are friends of MMA Latest News, that I'm cool with, and they know who they are, the people that I look up to and respect, those are the guys that you want to listen to, the FLOCOMBAT guys, the James Lynch's, Dan Toms, Damon Martin, those kind of guys. There's a lot of scumbags out there. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox on that. The reason that I bring it up is because I feel as though a lot of fans and a lot of those so-called media people don't even pay attention to the post-fight press conferences, or they just don't attend them. And so, we get to talking about things. For example, I can tell you from experience, going back to the UFC 217, the first press conference that took place here in Las Vegas. I was there. I was front and center. If you watched it, you probably saw me on there asking a few questions. At one point, someone asked GSP, hey, if you win the title, what are you going to do? Are you going to go for a super fight? You going back to welterweight? He said, no, I can't do that. It's in my contract. If I win this title and become the middleweight champion, I have to defend the belt. So, that's the first time it was put out. And I feel like that news kind of went under the radar. But then after 217, of course, he did win the title. Dana White talked about that exact thing, and he doesn't like to matchmake right after fights at the press conference, but he did so in this particular instance, and he said, look, this is the fight to make. He said, it's going to be Robert Whitaker and GSP, the interim title versus the undisputed title, and we're going to unify that, all right? So forget whatever else that you've read. People are speculating on, what's he going to do? Is he going to change weight class? Is he going to fight McGregor? Is he going to fight Woodley? No. That's not happening. And to be honest, does anybody really want to see that shit? Hell no. After the GSP that we just saw, I want to see him fight Bobby Knuckles. I want to see him fight Robert Whitaker, the number one guy in the division as the interim title holder. Okay, as far as Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw, again, a lot of speculation, some weird headlines coming out on that one too. Uriah Faber kind of coming out of the woodwork saying, well, I'd come out of retirement to fight TJ Dillashaw. I really don't think there's any legs behind that one because, quite frankly, first, when a guy says come out of retirement, I mean, you kind of lose me right there. Like, you either want to do this or you don't. I get it. Sometimes people come back for whatever reason, but you're talking about a guy who's fought for a UFC title probably more than anyone else, and he's never won one. No disrespect to Uriah Faber, but let's not be ridiculous here. The most likely number one contender fight is taking place here in Las Vegas at UFC 219. That's going to be Dominic Cruz and Jimmy Rivera. I think we'll see the winner of that one. I don't think that Cody will, earn an immediate rematch. I don't think that's warranted whatsoever. That was his first title defense, and he got slept. And he talked a lot of shit on the way into that fight. So he's going to have to rack up a couple more wins. other than that, someone's at my front door. I gotta say, man, this is not a plug. I love the Ring doorbell. If you don't have one, you get one of those fucking things, because solicitors come to the door. You don't even have to answer that shit. You just pull it up on your phone, just say, hey, I'm on the shitter, man. I can't come to the door. Peace. And then you have to get the fuck out of there. All right, so last but not least, Joanna Champion. Oh, my God. Whoa. Wow. I really ate my words on that one. I thought she was going to dominate Rose. But, you know, sometimes it's all about matchups. It's not about MMA math. You know, we've seen how each of them have fared against common opponents. But I tell you what, man, Rose just came. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. And that is, you know, you can't be intimidated by that undefeated record and by the capability, the abilities of Joanna. She just went and just took the fight straight to her, and she won the title. Now, speaking of her next fight, you know, Joanna showed up at the press conference. Of course, Rose did as well. So both of them, you know, Joanna was not injured to the extent that she couldn't attend, so she was there. And, of course, Dana White all spoke. And all three mentioned that, you know, the rematch is the most likely fight that's going to happen there. So, again, any speculation that's going on between what happens next with Rose Namajunas, there's probably going to be a rematch. And Joanna is kind of almost, I mean, you know, more or less in that Anderson Silva realm when he got knocked out by Weidman. That the fact that, hey, look, you know, she defended the title a bunch of times, you know, you know, she got caught. Not to say it was a fluke, but I think if that rematch happens, I think that we'll see more of a war. But I think Rose will beat her again. I think that's what will happen. So anyway, let's get Emily Whitmire on the line here. We're super technical. This is it's kind of a one-man show here. You know, I don't have any fucking producers or anything. So, Derek Bowe, what's up, buddy? She established range early, did not allow Joanna to move forward and close to use her advantage in the clinch. You know, I love the technical prowess of my man Derek Bowe. He always, you know, we had to get him on here, actually, man. Derek, next time you're in Vegas, I'm extending an invite to you to come to Starfade Studios. I'd love to have you in here. He's a friend of MMA Latest News, a former colleague, and you know, great analyst of this sport. You know, and very opinionated, which is good because that's what we want. We want to stimulate conversation. All right, let's see what Emily's up to here. My Stranger Things binder. Uh-oh. We may be getting stood up here. I just spoke with her like 30 minutes ago, so.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Oh, Emily, no.
3605.
All right, we'll try again in a minute.
676.
Alrighty. Well, so Derek, since you've joined the broadcast and you're vocal, what thoughts do you have, if any, takeaways from the main and the co-main event? Because I got to say, I was not super excited about you know, the announcement of GSP and Michael Bisping. You know, a lot of people weren't, and I thought it was kind of bullshit. And I tell you what, man, that was an incredible event, one of the best I've ever seen, worth every penny. I don't think there was a bad fight on the card. I don't think I saw a bad fight. All right, so I just got a text from Emily. She said that she's driving to the gym and will call in 10 minutes. So, well, we got 10 minutes to kill, so maybe we should take a tactical pause and come back to this broadcast at that time. All right? Sorry about that, folks.